Happy Monday, everybody, and we have got a full week of Unemployed Journeyman episodes to look forward to. And today we're going to start big because we've got RB Leipzig in the league in a top-of-the-table clash, plus there's Celtic in the Champions League. Okay, here we are, and we have played quite a few games since you were last with us for Bayern Munich and Liverpool in the Bundesliga and the Champions League, respectively. I want to get through some of this season so we can get into the latter stages of the season, or more importantly, the second half of the season. So after the 3-3 draw against Bayern and the 4-2 win against Liverpool, we then went to Wolfsburg and beat them, or rather they came to us, and beat them 6-1. 2 goals from Freitas, 2 from Canati, 1 from Bradley Barcola and 1 from Ricard Fontas. And if we have a look at the stats of the game, we will whiz through them, otherwise we're going to be here for the next hour or so. But as you can see, it was just a totally dominant performance. We were exceptional. Wolfsburg, to put it into context at the time, and I imagine they still are, were bottom of the league, and they are truly, truly terrible, let's be quite honest. So, yeah, good, comfortable win then. Then we had Leipzig in the Champions League at home, a 1-0 win in that game. Maxime Esteve scoring from an Angelo Stiller corner. We weren't necessarily great in this game. The stats side of it, we were very, very dominant. But as you can see from the actual overall performance in an attacking sense, we were pretty poor, missing some very, very good chances. But defensively, we were very, very solid. Esteve, man of the match. Guevara Reed having a really good game, as did our goalkeeper, Overlay. Then we moved on to Mainz and a 1-0 win in this game as well. Romeo Lavia with the only goal of the game in the 21st minute with a Ryan Cherky assist. And again, looking at the stats, mostly we were dominant. Possession was pretty much 50-50. They did have better pass completion than us. That we had better XG, better shots on target and better shots at goal in general. Then we moved on to, now this game, this really annoyed me, it really did. So we played Fluminense in this Euro South American Club Challenge thing. It was scheduled for when we had 8 players away on international duty. In contrast, Fluminense didn't have anybody unavailable. We had 8 players away on international duty, and I think it was Erez Levi that was injured for the game as well. And as you can see from our team, we had Lafont in goal because Oberle was away. We had Unai Ganay on the left-hand side because even though Carnevale was here, he wasn't anywhere near match fit. Reed as a right-back. Esteve and Ziris, our first-choice centre pairing, was there. Then we had Carolot, Granelli and Freitas in the midfield without 2 of our 3 midfielders. Fontas and Adeyemi out wide with Canate up top. I mean, you look at some of the players we've got on the bench. Leighton Butler, he's a 16-year-old goalkeeper, by the way. We had to have him on the bench. This guy here who's played about 2 or 3 games for us in all the years he's been here. Who else did we have on it? Pavesi, yep, he was on there. Naidiri. Carnevale, like I say, he was there, but he never came on. He weren't anywhere near match fit. Oliveira. As you can tell by the subs bench, we were weak going into this team. But again, it does boil down to the fact we didn't take our chances. We had 5 shots on target with literally a 2 point more of an XG than them. They only had a 0.49 XG but scored 2 goals. We had 19 shots at goal but only 5 on target. Again, it's coming back to the fact that we have so many chances that we just do not get on target. And a lot of the time when we do get on target, we're being very wasteful and not scoring. 69% possession. We were easily the much better team, but we were unable to win the game. We did lose it on penalties with Stiller and Adeyemi missing the first 2 penalties of the shootout. Really frustrating. If you want someone to take a competition seriously, then don't put it in an international break where one of the teams can't field 9 of their players or 8 players and plus 1 that was injured. Anyway, after the international break, we then went and played VfB Stuttgart at home, a 4-0 win in this game as well, with Freitas getting a couple of goals, Carnevale and Levi also getting on the score sheet. Again, look at the stats. We were dominant. Stuttgart had no shots on target. Such a low XG. We dominated possession, better passes completed, better in every way, shape or form. Then we played TSG Hoffenheim in the league, and this was a lot closer than what I was hoping it was going to be. We did kind of rotate quite a few players in this game, so it's kind of a little bit of my own making. You know, we brought in Gaipo in the centre of defence, Nunes at right back, Ott, Kamiri, Granelli all in the team, and and Barcola as well, I suppose you could say. But we won 3-2, went 1-0 down with Kodioso. Then Konate scored, but it was disallowed. Then Kamiri made it 1-1. Then we went 2-1 down with an Esteve own goal before Erez Levi in the 68th minute from a Bradley Barcola assist made it 2-2. And then Barcola making it 3-2. Again, just look at these stats. 12 shots on target, 23 shots at goal, a 3.02 XG compared to a 1.04 for them. Dominating possession, pass completions, 15 corners. I mean, it was just ridiculous how dominant we were, but how narrow the scoreline ended up being. Then we played AIK in the Champions League, a 2-0 win in this game. Karim Konate picked up an injury. He's out for the next couple of months, by the way. He is a long-term absentee for us. Yeah, we went 1-0 up for Konate, then Guevara Reed made it 2-0. If we have a look at the stats very quickly, again, no surprise, we were dominant. There was when Konate went off. Yeah, we were the dominant team, no doubt about it. Bayer Leverkusen were then next up in the league. And this was the first time we'd dropped points in the league since the game against Bayern Munich. A 2-2 draw in this one away from home. It was a much closer game. You could probably say a draw was probably a fair result in this one. But yeah, both teams also having a goal disallowed later on in the game. When they had their goal disallowed in like the 93rd minute or whatever it was. Oh, I was so relieved when the referee disallowed it. Then we played the DFB Pokal second round game against Ezerberg U. Yeah. A 2-1 win in that game, a much rotated team. Again, we had Ganai on the left, Drago was on the right, Gaipo came in, Ott, Granelli, Kamiri in their midfield, Hesse out on the right, Hesse on the left, Adeyemi on the right. And yeah, Adeyemi getting both goals in the game. Ganai getting an assist. He actually had a very good game, Ganai did. We were the better team, as you would expect us to be. But it was a narrow victory, which brings us to today. We've got a home game against RB Leipzig in the league. The last time we played them was at home as well, a 1-0 win in the Champions League. We need to get a win here, we really do. And then we've got Celtic away from home in the Champions League. In the DFB Pokal third round, we're also drawn against RB Leipzig. This time we're away from home. So our cup run could be coming to an end there because I'm unlikely to put out a first choice team in that game. And I think, like I say, it's probably going to come to an end around that time. In terms of the Champions League group stage, after 3 games played, with 3 games, 3 wins, 9 points, 7 goals scored, 2 conceded, we're top of the group with 3 points clear of Bayern, who are the first team outside of the automatic qualifying top 8. I mean, Crvena Zvezda, I forget who they actually are in real life. They're in Serbia. I don't know. I'm not going to offend anyone by trying to guess who they are, but I'm assuming they're something like one of the Belgrade teams, obviously like Spartak Belgrade or someone like that. Let me know in the comments if you know. And yeah, you look at the fact that Bayern, Barcelona, Juventus, Napoli, there's some big teams, Liverpool, Leipzig, Arsenal, big teams that are in this blue area that you would expect to see up in the green. In terms of the Bundesliga itself, we go into the game second in the table. Leipzig have lost this season, but haven't drawn any games. They lost against Bayern Munich 3-0. They are on 24 points. We're on 23 points. We both have a game in hand over Eintracht Frankfurt, who are on 19. Bayer Leverkusen on 18. Bayern Munich way down in 5th place on 17 points. They've not had a particularly good season. They've lost to Bayer Leverkusen and VfB Stuttgart, and they've drawn with Schalke and us, of course. So yeah, they're having not a great start to the season. But if we want to go back to the top of the table at the 10-game stage, then we need to beat Leipzig today. So without any further ado, let's get over to the Matchday Centre for the game against RB Leipzig. Okay, here we are then, and let's get on with the match because we've got Karim Konate out injured. He's out for another 7 to 10 weeks with torn knee ligaments. Noah Baumgartner, not much of a loss, is out for 5 to 7 days. As you can see by the sharpness of all of our players, the fact that we've only got Frederick Reuter, who's slightly yellow, the rest of them are all a shade of green somewhere along the line. Obviously, Baumgartner's out injured. That's why he's red. But other than that, everyone is pretty sharp and pretty available for this game. So, Obele's in goal, Carnevale left back, Reed right back, Esteve and Ziris in the centre of defence, Stiller, Lavia and Freitas are our midfield three, Shirky and Levi out wide, with Fontas up front in place of the injured Karen Kanate. This guy here, Freitas, Thiago Freitas, I need him to have a good game. He's been a bit disappointed in their last couple of games. And if we actually look at his form, you can see here that he had a really great start with us. But since then, the last, 7 games, he's not really done a great deal. 1 goal, 1 assist. His average ratings, he had an 8.5 there where he got the goal and assist. But other than that, 7.1 and 7.4 has been his best. He's been in the 60s for the rest of it. Never lower than a 6.4 though, I will say that much for him. But yeah, we could really do with him turning up today and showing RB Leipzig exactly what he's made of. And let's get into it then. We're going to submit the team and hopefully we pick up a win. Like I say, we are at home. We did beat them last time at home. They have got the likes of Timber, Simakan, Lakeba, Yepes. I've had him in one of my teams previously. I think it might have been Sampdoria. I think I had him in one of the rebuilds. So they've got some really good players in their team, Leipzig. They're top of the table for a reason. And last season, they were the team that pushed us the closest in terms of the Premier League. And it looks like they're going to be the team that does it again this season. Both of us obviously going for the title. Bayern, you expect, will be there and thereabouts. Right, we have a highlight. It's started off with RB Leipzig. We win the ball back and Lavia gives it to Ray and Shirky. Goes infield to Angelo Stiller, our anchor in the midfield. Guevara Reed has been really good for us. Freitas, back to Reed, back to Freitas. Oh, and the ball for Erez Levi, but Levi kind of snatched it a little bit and ended up going over the bar. We are the team that started with the more intensity in the game. We're the ones that are having the shots on target and the shots at goal. They go long with their goal kick, give it away. It's now with Ricard Fontes, our striker. Puts into the box and it's Rayan Shirky with his 4th goal of the season. Borussia Dortmund, we are 1 up against RB Leipzig at home in the league. Really good start for us. Reed now has a throw in on the right hand side. He goes back to Levi, beats his man, gives it to Thiago Freitas. Oh, look at that. Freitas with his 10th goal of the season. I said we needed him to turn up and he is turned up. Or has turned up, not he's turned up. English is not my best language. I've been out of the country too long in Japan and France and Germany. But anyway, we are 2-0 up. We now have a corner. Rayan Shirky will take it. And their keeper comes out and claims it nicely. He goes long again. And again, we managed to win the ball back. Here's Freitas. Finds Shirky. Ball into the box. Oh, Freitas has hit the crossbar. Do you know what? I think Thiago Freitas must have heard me talking before the game and said, okay, boss, you want me to turn up? Here I am. Erez Levi is looking rather tired already. He did have a bit of a fitness concern going into the game, but he was cleared to play the full 90 minutes. No fitness test was required, but he was the one that had that little orange fit symbol by his name. Right, we're playing the ball nicely here. Here's Angelo Stiller. Ziris gives it to Levi. Guevara Reed to Ziris. Goes back to Esteve. We're being patient with our play. Ziris to Reed. Finds Erez Levi. I thought he might have been offside, to be honest. But Erez Levi pulls it back to Freitas to Lavia. Lavia scores. I thought I'd gone over the bar. It was only because I saw a little bit flashing up at the bottom that I realised he scored. What a strike from Romeo Lavia. I'm really struggling with my words today. I really am. We are 3-0 up against RB Leipzig at half-time. They've barely had a sniff. Shirky, Freitas, Lavia. What a performance from the boys. We're doing well, getting shots away. Keep going. Yes, absolutely keep going. They make a substitution. Now they have a highlight. They go for a goal from a free kick from a long way out and, yeah, over the bar. Levi will absolutely be coming off at some point in the second half and probably in the next few minutes because he is looking rather tired, bless him. And but I don't really want to make changes too soon. I was just about to make changes then, but Costello Jr. with the ball for Leipzig. Oblé is there to gather it up quite nicely. He gives it to Esteve as we do a usual build from the back. Carnevali to Lavia, back to Esteve. He goes back to Oblé, to Ziris. When it pays off, I do love the way we just knock the ball about so nicely. What I don't like is when we then go and give the ball away. Freitas now, Levi was slow getting to the ball. They have won it back. That's the time when I don't like it. Ziris then intercepts. No, this is when I don't like it. And I was just thinking, I was about to say, we're going to mess it up here. Because can I make a substitution, please? Ball into the box. We partially clear. This is not going to go well for us, is it? Right, here's Carnevali. Gives it to Freitas. Lavia to Fontes. Ball for Levi out on the right-hand side. What can he do with it? Beats his man. Levi's still going. Levi scores. It's his 9th goal of the season. There is Levi on this right-hand side as our inside forward. Right, let's make these substitutions now. He's probably going to think I'm being very unkind to him, bringing him off just as he's done that. But Bradley Barcola can come on because Karim Adeyemi is nowhere near fit. Carnevali can come off for Gaston Nunes and we swap him and Reed over. And I think that's probably going to be the only substitution I'm going to make for now. I mean, Guevara Reed's not particularly fit. We'll leave it like that for now because then what I'll probably do in the next substitution in about 10 minutes' time is move Esteve out to the left and bring in Gapo. But yeah, I think that's what we'll do for now. Right, we're back with another highlight. The substitutions have not taken effect yet. We're 4-1 up. Leipzig are getting more of the ball in this second half, as usually happens in Football Manager. Here's Sancho on the right-hand side. We win the ball. It goes out for a throw-in. We should now be making the substitutions, and we do. And that's the end of the highlight as well, thankfully. But now we get another highlight. 74th minute of the game. Again, it's a highlight with RB Leipzig. That is not a penalty, referee. Seriously. We've had this a couple of times recently where the ball right on the line, it's been given as a penalty. No penalty, thankfully. Common sense has prevailed. I'm actually going to change our positive mentality to a balanced one because I'm not liking how much of the ball Leipzig are having in this second half. Right, we're going to make our next substitution. So Guevara, Reed and Esteve can swap. Gaipo can come on for him as the centre-back. And then I think Angelo Stiller can come off for Carolot. We'll leave ourselves one more substitution to make. Give it a few minutes. And again, another highlight that starts with Leipzig. Right, win the ball back, boys. Come on. They're on this left-hand side. They go back to their central defender. Into the midfield. Mikic, that used to play for us. Looks like he's playing as a midfielder rather than a right-back. So RB Leipzig knocking it about. They're trying to find that opening. But Esteve intercepts. Gives it to Freitas. Oh, Freitas has lost it. But Barcola wins it. He gives it to Shirky. Ball through for Ricard Fontas. Back to Ray and Shirky. Ball into the box. And it's just over from Bradley Barcola. Not far away at all. And we're now going to make our final substitution. I think we bring Granelli on for Lavia. And hopefully it's now just a case of we see the game out. A nice 4-1 win. It has overall been a very dominant performance from us. And against a team that's second in the table, that's been as good as what Leipzig have. They've only, like I said earlier, they've only dropped points this season against Bayern Munich. Shirky now to Esteve. Maxime Esteve, centre-back that's now a left-back, scores his second goal of the season. Maybe we need to play more at left-back. It's 5-1 and I'm sorry, but we have destroyed RB Leipzig in this game. We really have. This has been an amazing performance. Shirky now has the ball, just clears it basically. Doesn't bother trying to find anyone. I mean, Oblé looked very casual about that hitting his post. Didn't he seem to make any sort of effort to get to the ball. Here's Shirky to Esteve, to Carolot, to Esteve to Shirky. Carolot wins the header, but it just goes straight to the goalkeeper. Surely that's the end of the highlight by now. There you go. Right, and that is full time. And we have beaten the second best team in the league, RB Leipzig, 5-1. Oh, I love it when we look good. I really do. And to be fair, we do look good most of the time. This is a kind of form for me that gives me confidence that we could win the Champions League this season. I really do believe it. Right, I'm going to go into the squad and rest players for the next couple of days before the away game against Celtic. Join me in part 2 at the Matchday Centre for that. Here we are then for the game against Celtic away from home in the Champions League. And this is a team we're going out with, well, basically it's the same team as last time. Oberle in goal, Carnevale left back, Reed right back, Esteve and Ziris in the centre of defence, Stiller, Lavia and Freitas in the midfield, Shirky and Levi out wide with Fontas up top. I did consider making 1 or 2 changes to the team, but we've got some very, very tough Champions League games coming up, and I'd rather not take the risk on not qualifying automatically, because quite honestly, I don't want them playoff games. Right, we are underway. Like I say, we are top of the table going into this round of games. Celtic playing a 4-4-2. This guy here, Nebel, kind of rings a bell. I'm not going to click on him, but his name rings a bell. I must have had him at some point, probably in one of my rebuilds. But Jurgen Klopp pinpointed him as a danger man that we need to watch out for. Shirky was looking like going all the way. Freitas to Levi, and Levi's shot has gone wide. It's been saved by the keeper. It's a corner. It'll be Shirky from this left-hand side, an in-swinger to the far post, but the keeper comes out and claims it. We very nearly had a goal from a corner then. We have been very good with goals from corners and set pieces in general, as we usually are. Right, Celtic now with a highlight. Bakayoko on this right-hand side goes infield to that Nebel. Oof, that took a deflection and could have actually trickled in past Oberle, to be fair. We have been absolutely dominant. Look at this, 8 shots on goal, 4 on target, 68% possession. We need to do something with this possession. We need to get a goal or 2, because this has been the potential of our undoing in the past, where we've not taken advantage of first half dominance. We usually are easily the better team in the first half. And 1 minute of added on time, only a couple of highlights in that half, to be fair to Celtic. I'm going to point the finger and say I'm not happy with your performance out there. And hopefully that encourages them to not lose momentum now, because what we normally find is exactly what's happening now. We dominate the first half, and then the other team comes into it in the second half, and Celtic have gone one up. Benedetti with the goal. This is exactly what I predicted was going to happen. Whenever we do this, where we're dominant in the first half but don't get a goal or only get 1 goal, the other team then just comes straight back into it in the second half. And here we go, second highlight. It's Celtic's highlight. This happened against Leipzig as well, where we were dominant in the first half. Leipzig came into it in the second half. Right, Oberle gives it to Esteve. Maybe this is going to turn into our highlight after all. He gives it to Carnevale, to Freitas, goes past his man to Fontas, finds Erez Levi, is a good bit of play, gets a ball in, and it's a goal from Ricard Fontas. His 3rd of the season. We have the equaliser against Celtic. It's 1-1 at Celtic Park, just under an hour played. And Guevara Reed's looking quite tired, as is Levi. And Shirky's not up. Do you know what? There's only been 59 minutes, but I'm going to make the substitutions. Nunes is coming on here, and Shirky, who's got a bit of an injury, can come off for Bradley Barcola. Substitutions haven't been made yet because there's a highlight in progress. Here's Fontas. Levi's through. Oh, got the tackle in. We was hoping for a penalty, but it wasn't awarded. And we're looking better now. We're looking like we're getting back into controlling the game again. Here's Freitas to Carnevale. Ball into the box towards Levi. 10th goal of the season. Erez Levi with the goal. It may be one of his last actions of the match as well, because we're probably going to bring him off in the next few minutes. He's looking very tired, as are several of our players. This is the problem when you're playing games every 2 days. If you don't rest anyone, you have very tired players out there. Right, Romeo Lavia can come off, and we bring on Granelli in place of him. Carnevale's on a yellow card and looking very tired. Oh, no, we'll leave him there for the moment. But I think we will bring off Erez Levi and bring on Karim Adeyemi on that right-hand side. And hopefully we can see this out and pick up our 4th win from our 4 games. we have been easily the better team. It shouldn't even be a debate, really. We should have 3-4 goals comfortably, really. But like I say, we are wasteful on occasions, and they've got a shot at goal, O'Reilly, but good claim from Oberle. I have to say that was very good. Right, here's Adeyemi, infield to Freitas. He finds Carnevale. Gaston Nunes. What can he do with it? Gets the ball to Adeyemi. Carnevale, oh, he's at the post, and it's put in from Granelli. His second goal of the season. Alessandro Canelli. Granelli, not Canelli. Who am I thinking of? No one. Never mind. Right, Carnevale is going to come off. We're going to bring on Unai Gunay, who was in our under-21s or a B team. And then he had that good game a few games back, and I brought him into our squad. 22 shots at goal, by the way. 3-1 we lead Celtic at Celtic Park. 5 minutes of time to be added on. But as things stand, we are going to be top of this Champions League group phase with 4 wins from 4 games. Here's Gunay to Barcola. Freitas. Stiller gives... Oh, what play. Oh, what a goal. It could be ruled out for offside. It probably will be because the game don't want us to win by too many goals. But that was stunning with that passing. It's been given. Wow, that is one of the goals of the season. Fontas with it. 4 goals he's got this season. 2 in this game. Levi and Granelli with the other 2. A 4-1 win against Celtic. That's a good win for us. Well done, lads. 2 wins from 2 games in this episode. And yeah, we are top of the... And we will be top of the group because Inter still have to play as the Lazio, but they can only get to 10 points. So we are top of the Champions League group phase. We've received 2.4 million. Ryan Shirk is out for 1 to 2 days. There's fitness concerns for him. Fine. Fontas wants a pat on the back. We'll give him that. There you go. And let's have a look at the schedule. So when I hate it when he does this. For when we're going to come back next. So like I say, we've got Man City in the Champions League. We've got Inter in the Champions League. We'll probably play the rest of November and probably come back for something like Inter Milan away from home in the Champions League and Eintracht Frankfurt, who are currently 5th in the league, away from home there as well. So yeah, probably Inter and Frankfurt in tomorrow's episode. Every episode this week is going to have bangers after banger of matches in them. So join me for the next episode tomorrow. In the meantime, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching this one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.